Hi Felters, and welcome to day 15 of your Woodland Advent Calendar. Let's get the bag. I think we're in the swing of it now. There we go. It's at the top, nice and easy. Day 15. So let's open it up and I'll show you. Look at that colour. So this is not just any red wool. This is from, I'll get the name right, let me look at the screen, Norwegian Wool at Artisan Felt and Stitch, who is a lovely mum and daughter team, and I went and interviewed them a while ago, and I was so impressed with their setup and all the wools they have that I wanted to support them. Like I said, I'm trying to support some smaller businesses. And this is a carded merino wool from DHG. It is super fine, so it's 19 to 21 microns, which is the size of the actual tiny little hairs. So just to give you an idea, a Herdwick would be like 35, 36, 37, 38. Herdwicks are really thick and coarse. So this is lovely and fine. So it's a merino wool, but it's carded. So it's perfect for us felters. It will felt really well, really quickly. Super soft, super clean. And they've got some lovely colours. So if you want, I did a video on the ultimate smooth finish, and I used these guys, these carded merino wools, because I think if you're trying to get a super soft smooth finish, this is what you're going to go for with a nice fine needle. But we are going to do some little extras for our wreath. Oh, I wonder what it could be with the colour. So let's get started and make some of those. So here's our red that we have just opened up, just tidying my desk. And then take a bit of white that you might have got from when we had the Perendale bats, probably the nicest, or if you've got any of the carded slithers. I think the Perendale bat, we had it on the Fox Day, I'm sure. So we're going to do a stalk. These are going to be small. They are going to go on the wreath, so they're going to be 2D, tiny bit 3D. And we're going to felt them onto the wreath. So the other thing I wanted to say was I haven't sort of gone through putting on all of the Christmas decorations. So the reason is we'll do it all together and we'll sort of start the assembly and put everything together. So you don't need to put these mushrooms on your wreath yet, or put the leaves on. We'll sort of have an assembly day. So just take a small amount. We don't want these to be really big. Well, it's up to you. You might want to do them big. You might want to hang them off the wreath. I can't find my ruler. Right, big ruler it is. Where's my little ruler? So, I don't know where it is. Right, so we're just going to take a small section. I don't want it too wide, but I'm just going to roll it into the stalk of the mushroom. Quite simple, literally just like that. You could, when you're sort of doing legs and things like that, it's a lot easier to roll around something. And in the early days, because it's quite hard to hold this together, in the early days I used to roll around a piece of wire, just sort of a 1 mil, and then you'd slide it off once you'd sort of brought it together and it was in the shape that you wanted. Or you could put a little bit of pipe cleaner, but you know, I don't think we need it for this. But when you're doing sort of slightly bigger legs for animals and you're not using wire armature, that's what you could do. So this is going to be the bottom end, so I'm pushing it sort of right up and in like that. Have I pressed record? Yes. Always good. But these mushrooms are going to be really small, quick and easy. And so we're going to aim for 3D. We'll sort of do it mostly as 3D. Obviously not the mushroom top, you'll see, but the stalk. And then by the time you actually fix it onto the wreath, it's going to end up a little bit 2D, because we'll sort of felt it at the edges onto the wreath. I'm sorry that this is a cream matte, but I'm sure you can see the general shape I'm going for. Round. Stalk-like. So bring it together. And it's up to you how many you want to do of these. We do have obviously the lovely red. You could do the mushrooms in any of the other colours you've got left over, like a brown. You could do the yellow from the eyes of the fox. That's quite a nice colour. But I think the red is just going to complement the whole wreath. And I'd say 3 or 4, 5, you don't need to do loads of these. But yeah, I was sort of thinking if you weren't happy attaching them to the wreath, you could hang them. You could put a little piece of string around them and hang them from the bottom. You could have like a trio of mushrooms at the bottom. So very flexible with what you can do. I've already had a couple of pictures of people just doing their brooches slightly differently. It's absolutely fine. It's up to you. Like they did a whole head facing forwards. So it's up, if you're confident and want, happy to do that, go for it. It's just, you've just got to work out how you're going to attach it to the wreath. And the brooch is by far the easiest way to attach these. Because you could felt, like as they are, and it's just felt all around the edges, but it's quite tricky. Glue would work, but with the brooches, you get the option of moving them if you're not happy. So I do think the brooches, and if you're not going to, you don't have to wear them as brooches. It just makes our sort of attaching them a lot easier. So just felt that together a little bit. I might show you how I'll attach one of them to my wreath, just so you know. So there we go. So that's a simple base with my great big ruler. That's annoying me. I have to find my other ruler. So it's about 1.5 inches. So these are small because with everything on the wreath, there's not that much room in between. And so we're just going to take some wool. And so it's kind of 2D, 3D. So we're just going to push this into the shape of a mushroom top. Do you need a tutorial on this? I'm sure you guys don't, but we are doing it anyway. So it's just going to be like that, fold it up and under, and then it's going to be just like that. This mat is going to have a lot of memories of the advent calendar on it because all the colours are coming out. So I've just folded it in, so that's going to be the main side. I'm going to flatten that off a bit and then round that off, and I might put a little bit more in the middle just to make it a little bit more rounder. I feel I haven't quite got enough wool there. It's going to be quite flat. So push that up. I'm actually, aiming down and into the mat. Just going to go, please don't start barking, Gracie. Someone's just gone out the front door. There we go. So that's nice. I think, do we need to go in? There we go. Good girl, Gracie, go sit down. And because so I've got that flat bit, so I'm happy with that, and that's how it's just going to go on there. Because I know that this is going to be too flat, I can see there's a bit of a dip in the middle. I'm going to just add a bit more straight away to make it a little bit more curved. And I'm going to add a whole piece, basically. So it'll fold all round and under. And I'm going to add a little bit more right there too. Hopefully it'll join nicely. That's a dog. Dachshunds flap their ears, shake and unflap their ears all the time if you've had Dachshunds, especially in the rain on a walk. There's a lot of ear flapping, shaking on a walk. And yeah, they say they don't like rain. They really don't like rain. It is so true. But they haven't got much of a coat, so yeah, I'm a bit happier with that. Just a little bit rounder. Just going to check where I am in the screen. There we go. Just firm up the edge a bit. I'm just finding the single needle a bit easier when it's this small. And I've gone for the red. So I'm just redefining the shape here, making sure that I don't lose the shape. And 1.5. Everything's 1.5. 1.5. So we'll just firm this up a little bit, and then we can add the dots. I might do this underneath. It's a bit quicker. There we go. Yes, I'm going to work all the way over and firm this up, and I'll speed this little bit up. So there we go. We're just going to lay it on like that, and that's how we would fix it on. Let's just put a few dots on the mushroom. It's up to you to choose whether you want the dots to be bigger at the bottom, getting finer, even all over. I'm going to go for even all over for once, because normally I don't. So I just took a tiny bit of white, rolled it between my fingers, and then very gently felt it. See that fluffy bit? Just poke that in a bit. So it was a ball shape at the start to help me. There's a tiny bit of dark hair in there, but hopefully you can't see it too much. So it is a very small amount. Yes, I'm going to do even dots. Normally I do quite irregular dots. Well, even. That's if I can get them even. As we know, it's very hard to get everything the same in needle felting. It's funny because the heads are getting bigger. Each head I do has got slightly bigger. I don't think you can see. I'll show you. That's the one I made before. That's the one I made with you guys. So, doesn't have to be too many dots. Just attach your dots on. I'll probably see you in a minute because this is a little bit boring. Shall we forwards this? Here we go, all done. I've done my dots quite close together. You could do yours further apart, so you could do less, and you could embroider them. I have enjoyed doing some 2D mushrooms. I think that was on my main channel. I'm sure it was. Yeah, for the autumn felts, and I embroidered the dots, and so because you can go through to the other side. So I'm going to show you how we're going to attach it, but we're not going to do this till the putting everything together on the wreath day. So here's the wreath, and we're not going to know where to put these things until we've got all the leaves done, but we would basically put it at the side like that. Is useless. Let's go up a bit. So we basically put it at the side, and then we'll felt down either side of it all the way around, and then we'll do some felts through the middle, then we'll attach that and felt that on, and that will look so cute. Just got to keep that mushroom shape. And again, we'll felt round. We'll try with this one, try not to felt through all of it too much because it's going to kind of show. But that's how we're going to attach them when the time comes. So you could do different coloured mushrooms, but then I do think it probably would look good with just the red. Oh, I've left that in because that was my lovely Amazon delivery driver. Do we all know the names of our Amazon delivery drivers? So this arrived. So this was another recommendation. So I did my book review and I had the Danny Ives one that I showed the other day, but this was also recommended, and I've never heard of this. Feltilicious, Carrie Chapin and Kerry Wessel. Needle felted treats to make and give. And it was one of my subscribers, so thank you so much if you're watching. But she said it's really interesting because it's food, but also it's the way in which they do the highlighting was really useful. So look at that sort of apple. It is really nice. Has anyone else, got this book? This is fab. Very, very interesting. I don't know if you guys can see it. I'll show you a few bits of it. Look at that. Oh, croissant. That is so good. And that shows you the colour ranges down there. Like I said, I'll try not to show you. Oh, is that the good page? There you go. So yeah. Oh, I've just whacked it. Feltilicious. I typed in Feltilicious needle felting book and it came up. There we go. So that's a good one. Right. Okay. Back to the advent. But yeah, that's exactly how we're going to attach them. And on the green, they're just going to pop. So a massive thank you to Norwegian Wools for supplying us with this amazing colour. It may not be the last we see from them. I have got the video. I will link it at the end where I went to visit them in their studio. So do go and have a look at that. And I'll also link their shop in the description below. Thank you so much, everybody, and we'll see you tomorrow.